Please be good. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sriman Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Sahana Vavatu. Sahana Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Sesivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopasyantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottama Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam Vasudevaya Dhimahi Pradyumnaya Aniruddhaya Namah Sankarshanaya Cha. Om Shri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. Namaskaram. Thank you for joining. Yes.
Namaskaram.
No. Okay. Today we are going to start Bhagavatam second Skandha. Okay. We learned all about the first Skandha, but I'm going to ask you, like, I'm not going to ask you anything because I know it's pretty, like, it has been long done before.
Yeah,
But I want you to, but I want you to just brush through it. I'll go through it for maybe, let us say, 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. We started with learning Bhagavatam. First we started, how many verses are there? Can anybody tell me in Bhagavata Purana?
Need a second.
Yes, Kanna.
36,000?
No. Lalita, tell me.
18,000.
Very good. 18 verses. Very good job. And there are how many skandhas? Can you tell me?
12.
12 skandhas. Very good job. And we covered the first skandha. And before starting the first skandha, we actually covered a very important topic called the importance of Bhagavatam. Bhagavata Mahatmyam. Okay, Mahatmyam meaning how great it is. Why we should learn about it. And we talked about the stories from Padma Puranam. Say that. Padma Purana.
Padma Purana.
And Skandha Purana also. Like in the Padma Puranam, we talked about a story where Bhakti was a very young lady and she had very old sons and she was crying there and she was in Vrindavanam at that time. Do you remember that story? And how Narada came. Narada was coming around and he saw, how come you are crying? How come your sons are old? And then he also tried to find, he tried to tell them something good, but they did not become young at all. Okay. And then after that, what happened? He went around trying to find somebody to tell him a way for them to become young. And so he came across near Haridwar. He came across Sananda. No, it's not how it works. Listen, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara, Sanandana, he met them and they told that you also know this. Maybe you forgot about it. So you have to tell them Bhagavatam in 7 days. And I told you how doing Bhagavata Saptaham, doing the Parayanam of Bhagavata in 7 days, 7 nights. Okay, like that. 7 whole day you listen to it. And in the night time you think about it and you sleep and again you get up and like that. And after that we even and when they only did it, and immediately the sons of Bhakti, who are Jnana and Vairagya, they became young. Okay, because of that Bhagavata Saptaha. And another story also we learned where a lady did not want to become pregnant, and his the Atma Deva, he wanted a son, and he tried a lot. Do you remember, Lalita? Very good, very good. And then he got her a phalam, but she did not eat it. She fed it to the cow, right? And the cow gave birth to a son and she got her sister's son and she manipulated that as her own son. and that man became very bad, and then finally he was killed by his own wives, and he became a pisacha. I told you, right? And then he could not attain mukti at all. And because of that, what happened when he could not attain mukti? The son that is born out of cow, he was Gokarna, that is called Gokarna Upakhyanam. Everywhere, Upakhyanam means the small, small stories that branch away from the stories, which will tell you the importance of the main story. Okay, that is how it is. So now what happened? This Upakhyana, shh, and he was trying to do because he knew. Namaskaram, Kanna. Please be on
Hi.
mute. Namaskaram, please be on
Hi.
mute. Hmm. Now listen without moving. Okay. Uh, and after that, what happened? He was asking opinion of everybody. Everybody said so many ways, but nothing worked for him because all those things already were done. But still, he was being pisacha. And then they said when he was doing Surya Upasana, Surya himself made him like what do you say? Some kind of light came in the brain, some kind of spurana. What do you say? Inspiration came in the brain. Like, okay, you have to do Bhagavata Saptaham. And then they got that pisacha into a, do you remember bamboo thing with seven shoes in it, and then for every one day one shoot got exploded, and because that this is a pisacha, it cannot stay without moving. It will keep on going like this, like this, like this, like this. So you have to listen to Bhagavata with utmost attention. And then what happened? Because they got that pisacha in that bamboo shoot, and for one day one shoot got exploded, and finally after 7 days of completing their Bhagavata, that thing attained mukti. It directly went to mukti. Okay, because it knew that pisacha knew that there is no other option than listening to me if I want to get out of this bad state. When he was a body, he was thinking all this materialistic stuff is very good and all. He can enjoy the life, he can rob people, he can just have materialistic pleasures that will actually give him happiness to his sense organs and all. But uh, finally he knew when he got killed and all, then he understood these are all nothing. So that is, those are the two stories that with which Bhagavata Mahatmya we explained. And after that, what happened? We entered the first chapter, first skandha. Okay. And all the all the maharshis, they were in the Naimisharanya. Remember, there is a, generally whenever these Puranas happen, there is one aranya, meaning forest, or which is, the name is Naimisharanya. That is where there will be 80,000 munis, 80,000 rishis will be there, who are performing the Satrayaga. That means they keep on performing. Satrayaga means a yaga or yajnam that is performed for long time, for 18 years, sometimes 20 years, sometimes more than a day, let us say, but like long time, long time, they'll keep on performing every day, like that. And during the afternoon, they listen to the Purana stories. So when they were doing that, at that time, the Suta came there, and when they came there, they asked, okay, we want to know, because this Kali Yuga is going to be very, very bad, like that they asked. Then he said, yeah, but Kali Yuga is good because you can actually in Kali Yuga getting moksha is easy, because you have to keep on thinking of the Krishna or Bhagavan all the time. If you keep on doing that, then nothing. Then one can attain mukti easily in Kali. But there will be a lot of distractions. Okay, like that. So and then they started the story, right? That is, they started the story. Wait. Let me just brush what all we did. Okay, questions by the sages, and he gave the uh, and now I'm going to ask you small questions which you have to remember. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Who is the first one who told Bhagavatam?
Shiva to Vishnu.
Very good, very good.
Okay,
Vishnu told
Vishnu
to
to
Brahma.
Brahma.
How many shlokas were there in that Bhagavatam?
4.
4 shlokas. Chatushloki Bhagavatam. Okay. And I always told you, in our stories, in our Puranas, always ending is first told. Okay. If you don't tell the ending first, then people will be anticipating what could happen next, what could happen next, like that. So that is a bad kind of storytelling that is told as a Nicha Kala in our scriptures. That's why we always talk about the ending. Even Ramayana also, everybody knows the Ramayana, but still, again, we talk about it like that. And we have to, yeah, and one verse I want to say, Vasudeva para Veda, Vasudeva para Sukhaha, Vasudeva para Yoga, Vasudeva para Kriyaha, Vasudeva param Jnanam, Vasudeva param Tapaha, Vasudeva paro dharmo, Vasudeva paragatihi. So Vasudeva, Vasudeva, Vasudeva. Every day you have to keep saying that. What does Vasudeva mean? Anybody remembers what does Vasudeva means?
Sarva Vyapaka. Everywhere.
Vyapaka is Vishnu. Okay, one who is in everyone, one who is living in everyone, in you, me, in everything, everywhere, one who is living, one who is there in everyone is called Vasudeva. And always I told you they come in four forms.
Vishnu can be an antiproton?
Yes. Okay, yes, he can be in virus, he can be in bacteria, everything. Okay, now, can you tell me Vasudeva,
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 Pradyumna,
Pradyumna,
Aniruddha,
Aniruddha,
Sankarshana.
Darshana.
Okay, Sankarshana. These are the
Sankarshana.
four forms we have to remember. And it is told that the 12 skandhas of the Bhagavatam are none other than, I told you, Bhagavad Gita is like a rule book, right? For anybody's life, for human life, the rule book is Bhagavad Gita. Whereas the practical application is all it is told in the Bhagavatam. Okay, so it is for Bhagavatam, the first two skandhas are Bhagavan's feet. They are described as Bhagavan's feet. And if you remember, first of all, when they asked this, Suta told them.
The beginning is the most important?
Yes, most important. Yes. So Bhagavan took we even talked about various incarnations of Parabrahman. Okay. At that time, first he came as a Shodasha Kala Purna with 16 kalas. Okay. I want you to go back and listen to it. Okay. Because there is going to be a quiz held. Okay. Please go back and listen to it. So that way, I don't want to again go through the entire thing. And then it became Yoga Nidra form. And then it became extended Jagat form. And after that, Virat Rupa, and then 21 incarnations were told, and that is what is told till now. 21 incarnations, we talked about that. Okay, and I will just go through them. Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat, Sujata, Sarat Kumara, and then Varaha, and then Rishi Sargam, and then Narada Muni in the form of Narada. Dharmakala Sargam, in the Dharmakala Sargam, he came in the form of Nara and Narayana. Okay, and then Kapila, he came as a sage Kapila, and then he came as in the 6th avatara. This is as explained by Shuka to the Shaunaka Mahashis. Dattatreya, yes. And then Dattatreya is a Jnana avatara and Avadhuta avatara. And then as a 7th, he came as the son of Akuti, Yajna. And in the 8th form, he came as King Rishabha. And in the 9th incarnation, he came as King Pruthu. And the 10th incarnation is being Matsya, that is fish. Okay, and in the 11th incarnation, he is the Kurma, that is tortoise, right? And in the 13th incarnation, 12th Dhanvantari, 13th Mohini, 14th Nrisimha, and 15th is Vamana, 16th Parashurama, and then 17th Vyasadeva, and 18th Balarama, Parashurama, okay. And then 17th, okay, before 16th Parashurama, 17th Vyasadeva, next came Rama, and then Krishna, Balarama, and then Buddha, and then Kalki. Okay, that is the incarnation. First he gave that. First, every time Bhagavatam is told several times in the same thing. Okay, shh, please sit. And then after that, we also talked about how Vyasa wrote the Srimad Bhagavata. Remember how Vyasa was so depressed, he was not having peace of mind, and then Narada came and told him, because you wrote everything, you gave all the dharmas, you gave so many Puranas, but still you are not finding peace because you did not write about only Hari and his pastimes in his Leelas. You told everything about Dharma in Bhagavad Gita, also you told in Bharatam. Okay, you told everything about him, but the favorite pastimes, like what all the Leelas he did, everything you did not explain. That is why you are feeling like you don't have peace in the heart. So do it. And then while explaining that, Narada even told him about his previous birth. Okay, while he was a son of a maid, how he got the knowledge and how he saw Narayana in his own heart. Okay, and then immediately he disappeared. He told all that story also. Okay, Narada story. And then at that time he gave him Bhagavatam in certain way, like this and all. You have to Say, and one thing is, when you are listening to Bhagavata, you have to listen with utmost faith, okay, and then vairagya, okay, vairagya, meaning you should understand what is right, what is the right knowledge, what is the wrong knowledge, and all everything you have to understand and listen to it. And the Maha mantra, I want every one of you to learn one more time. Please repeat after me. Namo Bhagavate
Namo Bhagavate
Tubhyam
Tubhyam
Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya
Dhimahi
Dhimahi
Pradyumnaya
Pradyumnaya
Aniruddhaya
Aniruddhaya
Namah
Namah
Sankarshanaya Cha.
Sankarshanaya Cha.
This is the Maha mantram, and this is the mantram that is given to Narada when he was the son of a maid. Okay, when he was son of a maid during the previous kalpa, not this kalpa. In the previous kalpa, in this kalpa, he was born as Narada only. In the previous kalpa, he was as a babe, as a as a 9-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old. He was given this mantra, and he chanted that all the time. Okay, and he attained Parabrahma like that. And he will give the same mantra to Prahlada later. Okay, but that's why I want you to. No, Prahlada will again chant, and then so that is something we covered. And after that, okay, he wrote Bhagavatam on the banks of Saraswati, if you remember. Okay, on the banks of Saraswati river. Okay, he sat there and wrote. And after finishing Bhagavatam, whom did he give it to? Can anybody tell me? Whom did Vyasa give the Bhagavatam to?
Sukha.
Shuka. Shuka is who? Who is Shuka?
Son of Vyasa.
Shuka is his son. He is like born as he was born as a Brahmajnani, and he just went away the moment he was born, right? But somehow he wanted to teach him only. But because even though he was Brahmajnani, because it is talking about all the gods things, he came back and he listened to that. Okay, and after that we talked about how Ashwathama cursed all the Pandavas that there should not be any Pandava kid that can carry on. And then when after the war is done, when Krishna was leaving, do you remember how Krishna, the baby in the
him and his mother, and Purusha was chanting to be saved. So Krishna came in there and had a means.
And Krishna used his gada. Krishna used his gada and saved that baby who is in the womb. And so Parikshit came out and he was looking for him. And not only that, after that also they went to Bhishma and they learned a lot of dharmas at that time. And Kunti also asked him when he was leaving, please keep us giving these kind of difficulties in our life where we cannot forget the God. Like that, we covered that part also in detail. Okay, and Kunti Stuti is very, very important. And that is from where, in that Kunti Stuti itself, we come across this one. The verse that we say, what is that thing? Let me. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. This verse is from the Bhagavatam, first Skandha, and Kunti is the one. Kunti is his Atta, main Atta. And she is the one who sings for him. And among so many, what do you say, maybe some 20-25 verses are there in that. Okay, and after that, what happened? How we talked about how they punished Ashwathama, and Ashwathama is right now he got rid of that sin. Now also he is alive. Okay, and this Ashwathama is going to be Vyasa for the 30th Mahayuga. Okay, we are in the 28th Mahayuga. 29th Mahayuga, Agastya is the Vyasa, and 30th Mahayuga, this Ashwathama is going to become the Vyasa. Okay, I told you how Vyasa is nothing but a designation. It means compiler. And Vyasa always compiles the Vedas and the Puranas and all for every Mahayuga differently. And we are in the 28th Mahayuga, and I want you to remember that. And now, okay, just go back and listen to that once. Okay, I don't want to again. And then Lord Krishna left for Dwarka, and then again after that, Dharmaraja again performed. yajnas, and so Krishna came again, and again he went. And this time when he was going, Arjuna also went with him. Okay, but while coming back, Krishna actually left the body. Okay, Krishna left the incarnation, and he went to Vaikuntha. He went to Vaikuntha. No, come here. He went to Vaikuntha, and Arjuna came back, and Arjuna was so depressed, and Arjuna's all strength and all everything was gone at that time. Okay, and we also talked about how Dhritarashtra and Kunti, they left the palace and they also attained mukti. And after that, we talked about how dharma came in the form of which animal? Put it away. Dharma came in the form of which animal? A bull. Very good. And earth came in the form of what? Which animal?
Cow.
Cow. Earth came as cow. And no, bull is a male. Okay. And dharma had 3 legs that are broken. And we talked about the conversation between those two. And then a man who is dressed like a king came, and actually he was hurting him. And then Parikshit came and actually made him stop. And because he told he is Kali Purusha, he has to stay in some place. He asked for places to stay, and Parikshit offered few places to stay, right? Can anybody tell me? Do you guys remember?
మద్యం అబద్ధాలు గుర్తు రావట్లేదు. హింస, మద్యం, జోదం, బంగారం అండ్ ఇంకొకటి.
Yes.
Said the 5th one that he gave. What's Kriya? Be mad, he still gave that.
Hey, what is that, Kanna?
What does Kriya means?
What mean, Nana?
Kriya.
క్రియ.
Amma said something.
No, Amma said Madhyam, Judam, meaning alcohol, drinking alcohol. In that,
And himsa.
and then gambling, and then himsa, she said. Himsa meaning the what do you say? Hunting and all. Okay, hunting without any reason. Hunting without any reason. And greed, of course, he was talking about that also. And what's the other thing?
బంగారం.
Bangaram. He asked for another place, so he gave gold. Okay, go, because for gold people will get greedy. That's why. Okay, and another one. Those are the okay, those are the places. Okay, what is it?
It's like a sin for a sin.
Okay, yeah, sin for a sin, yeah. So gold that brings falsity, intoxication, lust and enmity, like a lot of desire, greed and enmity. Okay, not that gold. Okay, that is one thing you have to remember. And one should always, like what do you say, so there will be some places where men keep on looking at ladies at evil eyes, and females will be in the bad kind of profession. That is also not allowed. So activities of gambling, alcohol, and ladies where they are not treated respectfully, or so that kind of thing, and animal slaughter. Okay, and then gold. And then King Parikshit gets cursed. We talked about that also. Okay, King Parikshit got cursed because he went for hunting, and without thinking, he kept a dead snake around a sage's neck when he was in meditation. And the sage's son, without even seeing his father, just came to know about thing, and he just cursed. On the 7th day from today, that king is going to die. Okay, and a Takshaka, a snake called Takshaka will come. A snake called Takshaka. Remember this. Which snake? Because Takshaka is the kind of snake.
Parikshit make like a Nirmala that will kill all snakes?
Not Parikshit. That is Janamejaya. That is Parikshit's son. Okay, and Parikshit did not get agitated and all. He thought, okay, I am going to die in 7 days. And the sage, he woke up he came out of the samadhi, and he said, why did you do this to his son? He got, only because of that kind of king we are able to do the tapas. If again, if Kali Purusha comes inside, you know what is going to happen? We cannot do all our tapas and all. Anyway, let me inform him. So he sent somebody to inform him, and Parikshit came to know about that he is going to die. And he said, okay, now I know. I don't want to try, and he can get his life extended, but he did not want to do that. Okay, how many people will know when they are going to die? Now I am so happy that I know. So let me do one thing. Let me give my whatever my duties to my son. So he gave all the duties to his son. Okay, King Janamejaya, and he made him as a king. And then he went to banks of Ganga and he sat there, and he was only thinking of like, how can I attain mukti? I have to think from the day he is born. He is only thinking of Krishna. Do you remember that? Even in the womb also he saw Krishna in this much form with Chaturbhuja, right? In like a small form like this he saw. And he was only thinking of, so I want to attain Krishna. Even my ancestors, my grandparents, Dharmaraja, Arjuna, everybody, they went to Vaikuntha. I want to attain Krishna. Like that he was thinking. And he was thinking, what is the way? How can I attain like that? And then suddenly, if one really wants Brahmajnana, if one really wants to attain God, suddenly people will come. Like that, Shuka started coming. Shuka came. And as Shuka was coming, children were thinking he was a what? He is not even wearing anything like that. Hey, Shuka is a no, Shuka is a like here parrot. Everywhere else he is human only. No, Shuka means no, he is not like that. No, he has a parrot face. Let us say like that. Okay, but and sure, listen, please. And now um, when he was coming, all the children were throwing stones at him because they did not know that he is a Brahmajnani. But King Parikshit, he looked at him and he immediately knew that he is Brahmajnani, even though he never saw him before. And he went and he welcomed him. He made him sit on it. He gave him water to wash his face, feet, and all. And then gave him nice fruits to eat and asked him to sit. And then he asked him a great question. I told you, everything starts with a great question. Okay, everything starts with a great question. And the question he asked is, okay, I know I'm about to die. And can you tell me a path to attain mukti? Is there a way? Can I sit and meditate on it? Okay, can I sit and meditate on, oh master, what should I do if somebody is in my position, like they know when they are going to die? Okay, what should I do? What he should think of, and what should he serve? And what should he not do? Okay, this is the question he asked. Okay, this is where we ended that sarga. Okay, that is Skandha. Now we are going to the second Skandha.
Called the cosmic manifestation.
Yes, cosmic manifestation. Okay, and so now before telling anything, I told you. Do you remember in Ramayana also, first Valmiki asked a question to Narada and Narada then gave the answer, right? Now, at this juncture, what is happening is, now Parikshit asked a question to Shuka. Now Shuka is sitting there. I want you all to quietly close your eyes. Imagine that you are also on the banks of river Ganga and there are so many sages sitting there, and Parikshit is sitting on the floor. Okay, Parikshit is sitting on a small carpet like that, and then Shuka is sitting on an asana. And now, Shuka, don't talk, please. One second, please. And now he said, Shuka said, my namaskaras, my like this kind of Sashtanga namaskaras to Supreme Lord Vasudeva. To who? Say, everybody say Vasudeva Bhagavaniti. Vasudeva.
Vasudeva.
And now Shuka said, no, whatever the question you ask, it is for the good for all people, whoever it is. Okay, and it is the best thing you can do actually, because this is the subject of study. Everybody has to study this kind of subject. Okay, they carry, what do they do? What do normal people do in the human society? Okay, they try to, who are attached in the household life and all, they are materially engrossed and they are blind to the reality of the soul. They don't want to know what is the Bhagavan. They spend their lives sleeping, eating, playing, trying to play, or what to play next, or what to eat next, or how to make money, and how can I enjoy my life, or what should I do to enjoy, how can I do it, like that. And or taking care of the family during the day, and overly attached to their kids, or to the children, to the wife, to the husbands, or to their parents, or to who, everything there to, or they have a toy, they are attached to that, or they have something that they are always attached to. Despite their experience, they do not see the finality of the all matters. Every one of you know that we have been taking several crores of births, right? And still you feel that you are this body only. Okay, you are not this body at all. But see, so he must be discussed. So that Bhagavan must be discussed. Whom should we talk about all the time? About that Bhagavan. We have to talk about him. He has to be glorified and he has to be remembered all the time. And he is the controller and he is the vanquishing Lord. And he frees all those, he will free all of us from the desire and from our anxieties. All of these things. Why do we feel anxiety? Because we are attached to something, right? We want something. If we don't get something, we feel anxiety. We get anxious and all. So all this analyzing in the knowledge of yoga of one's particular nature and how a person after being born, okay, you have to analyze yourself. Okay, what is your nature? Okay, you were about yourself, you have to analyze yourself. Okay, and fully aware of the Supreme. And in the end, only concerns, everything concerns to the Narayana. Everything will relate to Narayana if you keep on thinking about that. So in general, it is the sages they're all free from, sages are generally free from all the material words, right? They don't worry about what is happening around them and all. So they mastered all these things, all the sages, they actually mastered in their previous lives and all, they have been mastering and finally they came to this stage. And they take the pleasure in especially describing the glories of Lord. So whenever you ask these kind of things, if you ask sages, they get so happy about talking about God. So now what I'm going to, if you remember the question, what Parikshit asked, he said, what should I do? How can I meditate on God? How can I meditate? So here, Shuka is going to explain Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana Yoga. Prakashni, your question is going to get answered. You remember in Bhagavad Gita how to do Dhyana? That is the question you had. It's going to get answered today. Okay, this story called the Bhagavatam, it contains the essence of Vedas. Okay, this Bhagavatam has all the Vedas. Vedas are nothing but Uchvas and Ishvas. I mean, inhalations and exhalations of the Parabrahman. Okay, and by me, I heard it at the end of the Dwapara Yuga and I studied under the guidance of my father. Who is Shuka's father? Krishna Dvaipa.
Vyasa. Oh,
Krishna
yeah.
Dvaipa. Vyasa's name is here Krishna Dvaipa for this Yuga. Okay, so despite being fully accomplished, I know I am like Brahmajnani, right? But still, Bhagavan Leelas, when I hear about Lord Krishna's Leelas and all, I get attracted. I get attracted. That's what he is saying. And that is what will happen. So I am going to recite to you and that is why I studied them. So I will tell you all those verses that I heard from my father. Because you, oh goodness, you are the most sincere devotee. You know why I am going to tell you? Only the most sincere devotees will get to listen to this. Only the most sincere ones. And those who respectfully dedicate them their full attention to it, very soon they will realize with unflinching faith. You should have faith. Okay, towards Mukunda. Mukunda. Say that?
Mukunda.
Mukunda
Mukunda.
means Krishna who will give us liberation is known as Mukunda. Okay, Krishna who will give us liberation, meaning who will give us moksha, he is known as the Mukunda. Okay, when he is about to give us moksha, we call him Mukunda like that. Okay, and for those who crave free from piously, like you might do exercising respect, and for yoga practitioners who are free from fears and doubts, for everybody, for both of those, some people are constantly in the jnana and some people are constantly doing the yogas and all, so many different kind of yogas and breathing exercises and all, everything they will be doing. But according to the tradition, repeating the name of the Lord constitutes the approved method. Okay, you might think quietly and do pranayama or like that for a long time, trying to get your kundalini up and all. But if you do it while chanting the God's name or while hearing to the God's name, that is the most approved method of God. Okay, what is the use of spending if you keep on spending a lot of time, so many years, ignoring getting being ignorant in the world, uh, okay, without having the experience? Obviously, right, everybody wants to experience the God. You might know about God, but how will you get the experience? By doing this, the hour one deliberately spends in service of the higher cause, like at least 10 minutes in a day, at least for you, for kids of your age, 10 minutes in a day you have to sit down, only thinking of God, only thinking of God. Keep chinmudra like this. Okay, and you can chant Sarva Gayatri or any Rama or Panchakshari, like Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, or Rama Rama, whichever one you like most. Okay, keep chanting that and do it for 10 minutes. Okay, trust me, it will attain. But now, let us come back to this. Now, and he said, you are saying you have 7 days. Okay, how many days does King Parikshit has to live for now today?
7 days.
7 days, right? And now he's telling there was a saintly king called Khatvanga. Say the name, please.
Katvanga.
Khatvanga. You know, Khatvanga, he knew that one day he was helping everybody, all the devatas. There was a big war going on, and this Khatvanga was helping them. Okay, and he helped devatas to win the war and all. He was in the winning part, and he helped them, and devatas were very, very happy. And then they asked, "What do you need?" He said, "I want to attain mukti." I said, "Oh, no, we cannot. Devatas, we cannot attain mukti. Even we also have to be born as a humans, or we have to go to the Dhyaana path in order to attain mukti. It's not easy for us." Then he said, "Okay, when am I going to die?" He asked. In one muhurta. One muhurta means 42 minutes, guys. Muhurta meaning how many minutes?
42.
42 minutes. So he said, okay, one muhurta I'm going to die. Okay. He thought, he did not panic. He said immediately, okay, he called his son, "You are going to be the king from now onwards," he said. And that's it. And that because it is his duty. So he gave his duty to his son, and he said he sat there, a member of the, and he just sat there, and then he just got his what is he like in a straight pose like this, okay, and with his spinal cord straight, and from his prana, he got his entire prana from his mooladhara, that means seating area, and he got it up like this, and from here he let it go. And people were able to do this. Now also people are able to do it. To do it now also. There is a great singing, there's a legend called Tyagaraja Swami. Okay, he did it very recently. Okay, so people, he just let his life go like that, thinking, keeping his mind on the Parabrahman all the time. So in one Muhurta Kala, he attained Mukti. He's not going to be born anymore. Who about this king called Khatvanga? He was able to do it. So what is wrong with like you? It's going to be too easy for you. He did it in 42 minutes, and you have only 7 days. 7 days. What are you going to? It's a long time. So don't worry about it. Like that, he gave confidence, right? Yes or no? He gave confidence to King Parikshit. There's nothing to worry,
Yes.
man. I am here to take care of yourself, take care of you like that. As a guru, he gave a confidence to him. He gave a abhayam. He gave like, no, don't worry. I am here to take care of you like that. Hmm. Huh? 42 minutes he did that because half hour you have to be thinking of the Brahman there. Yeah. Therefore, yes. Okay, 1 second, please. And then facing the end. So when one's life comes to an end, one should be free from the fear of death by cutting with the, and you know why? How can you be free? Like with the sword of non-attachment, you have to kill that. Okay, and everything material associated with them. And then in self-control, you have to leave your home behind. Home behind means you cannot go to forest now, right? In like you have to leave your attachment towards the home, and your head, that means your thoughts, have to be in a sacred place and properly cleansed in solitude. You have to be alone with your thoughts, alone with Parabrahman. Okay, are you understanding what I'm trying to tell you? You have to be alone with the God. Okay, and you have to chant. The mind should be then turned on, and you should try to listen. First, you can chant. You should try to listen to the 3 letters A, U, Ma. Say that. A,
U,
Ma. And together say it. Om. 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 Together it becomes Pranavam. Omkaram. Okay. So you have to regulate your breath. Okay. And then you should get your mind under control. Mind will go away. It will keep on having thoughts. Get it back to your control. Okay. And so that the primary cause is never forgotten. Always think Parabrahman is my target. Like that, keep on remembering. And with the intelligence as the driver, use your buddhi, intelligence as the driver. Because all your senses are like horses. Okay, here they always describe all your senses are like horses. They keep on running away from you. Okay, Your hands will want to do something, all your eyes will want to do something else, your ears will want to do something else, like that. Yes, they are going, but get them back. Tell them, oh, all the horses, you have to go towards the Parabrahman, like that. Okay, not allowing to be distracted. Don't get distracted at all. Okay, and seek refuge. Okay, seek refuge means surrender yourself to the supreme, to the feet of Lord Vishnu. Okay, and every part of the body you have to get back. And because of the tamas and rajas, okay, the mind is always agitated. Why is it always agitated? Because remember, we always talk about the three gunas, right? Sattva, rajas, tamas. Okay, because of the rajas, meaning activity, active, always being active, or being what do you say, inertia or restful, or himsa, in a bad kind of nature, is also known as tamas. Okay, this mind is always agitated and bewildered because of that. So how can we make it into sattva? Thinking of God, think of God, do God things, and all, only do activities that are related to God, and then you can control your concentration to the one specified and in focus. Then if you keep on doing that, you know what happened, all the papas that we did in our previous lives, they will go away. Like today we are listening to this part, our sins will get washed away by actually listening to this part with full concentration. And there, who fixed in the habit of the systematic remembrance, okay, every moment you will be thinking of God constantly. You will be doing your own work, but you have to think of God. You have to hold on to the devotion, and will soon be of success under the shelter of yoga that approves this. Okay, then the king was attentive. The king was listening to this very attentively, and he said, oh Bhagavan, oh Brahman, okay, what is in the summary the idea, by the way, like by which a person may directly, how can you directly get rid of the impurities of the mind? How can you do that? Okay, I sit, generally bad thoughts come, or bad things, like they around you, so many things are happening, they'll disturb you. So many impurities will be there in the mind. How can you put directly an end to it? He asked. He asked, how can you put an end to the impurities of one's mind? And then Sri Shuka Maharshi said, when one sits down in control and has subdued one's breath, your breath has to be in your control. Okay, you should know when you are taking it, how slowly you are taking it, and how you are letting it go. You should be able to listen to your breath. Okay, and has conquered one's attachment and on your senses, like your mind listens to you. You don't listen to your mind. Hey, your brain says, hey, let me go and see what mommy is doing, hey, or let me go and see what is playing on the TV, or something like that. No, not like that. Get it back and focus one's attention on gross matter of the outer appearance of the Supreme Lord. Think of his Virat Rupa. His Virat Rupa is what? Everything, right? All this sofa, this chair, this fan, this air, you, me, everything is him. That is his Virat Rupa. Okay, we have to see like that. And his personal body is the gross material. If you give him a form, this entire world, this entire creation is his body, right? In which we experience all that belongs to the past, the present, the future of this universe of existence. And this outer shell of the universe that we know as a body, it constitutes of 7 coverings. Okay, how many coverings? 7. Okay, it constitutes the notion of the object of universal form. Now he is going to tell us the how his gross body meaning sthula form, his entire, if the Parabrahman takes a physical form, it will be within himself only. Okay, that form he is going to explain. Okay, there will be 14 lokas. Okay, the lower worlds are by the ones who studied as they will be considered as his feet. Okay, imagine him as a big form, big Purusha. All the lower forms, okay, his feet are called the Patala. Say that.
Patala.
On which his heels, remember his heels and toes will be called Rasatala. Say that? Rasatala.
Rasatala.
Thank you, Karna. His ankles are known as Mahatala. Say that? Mahatala. Mahatala. Say that?
Mahatala.
Thank you. And then the shanks of this gigantic person, they are known as Talatala. Tala, tala.
Tala.
Tala. You guys know the shanks, right? Like just under your knees, okay? And then the two knees of the universal form are called as Sutala. Say that? Sutala. And the thighs are known as Vitala. Say that? Vitala.
Vitala.
Then the hips area, okay, that is known as Mahitala.
Mahitala.
And then the outer space is accepted as the depression of the navel space. Okay, you can consider that as a outer space, okay. And then the higher and illumined worlds of his chest. His chest area is known as Maharloka. Say that?
Maharloka.
Maharloka. And his mouth is known as Janaloka.
Janaloka.
Janaloka. And then his forehead, okay, the tapa, his forehead is known as Tapoloka. Say that?
Tapoloka.
Tapoloka. And then the Tapoloka, tapas is the name of the walls of the forehead. And with Satyaloka, say that? Satyaloka.
Satyaloka.
And that is the uppermost of the original Pasata, and it has 1,000 heads. You guys know the Virat Rupa, right? It has 1,000 heads. That is all known as the Satyaloka. Okay, that is how. That is the Virat Rupa, guys. That is, and the gods headed up by Indra are his arms. Okay, like all the gods will become his arms. Okay, his arms if he takes a form. And the four directions, all the four directions are his ears. Okay, and the sense of the sound is his hearing, is a sense of hearing. And the nostrils are nothing of the supreme, of the Parabrahma, I mean, of the not the Parabrahma. I'm not talking about the Parabrahma, I'm talking about the Virat Rupa. Virat Rupa is different from the Parabrahma. Okay, when he takes a form, we are talking. Okay, and the nostrils will be the Ashwini Kumaras. Say that? Ashwini
Kumara.
And then those are and while the fragrance is his sense of smell. Okay, that is the sense of smell from where it comes. The sense of smell, that is the form. And his mouth is like his face is like a blazing fire. His face, not like mouth. You have to say face. Okay, face. And the sphere of the outer space constitutes of the pits of his eyes, while the eyeball of the sun is make up for his seeing. The eyeballs in the eyes, that is the sun. Okay, eyeball is sun. And the eyelids of Vishnu, they will be the day and night. What will be the eyelids? The day and night. Are you understanding what this is like the gross form? That's the whole entire creation form. I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, those are nothing but those things. And the movement of his eyebrows, sometimes he goes like this and all. They are the Brahma and the other gods, other demigod, other gods. And his palate, okay, this area, this mouth area, okay, mouth area is the direct of water. Okay, it's nothing but water. So are you understanding? Water is this area. Okay, and his tongue, okay, this is Amrutam. What is this? Madhu.
Amrutam.
His tongue is Amrutam. And then, okay, wait. Vocal card, will come to that. They say that the Vedic hymns, the Vedas and all, Vedas are the thought process.
The head and the vocal for the mouth, then the other parts are like Devata.
Yes, that's what we are telling. The are all devatas. Water is what? Varuna Devata. That is his palate. Okay, and it comes, the tongue is the Madhu, Amrutam. And then the Vedic hymns, okay, the Vedas and all that came, they are the thought process of that Parabrahman. They are what? Thought process of the Parabrahman. Okay, and then they say that his jaws, okay, the jaws are nothing but Yama. You guys know who is Yama, right? The Lord of Death.
Yeah,
okay.
Lord Yama.
Lord Yama, Yama, the Lord of Death. Okay, and
I've seen a movie about him. Yama.
Okay. His teeth, okay, his teeth and his affection and that smile. I want you to imagine the Virat Rupa smiling at you. Okay, his teeth are his affection. Okay, his love, his affection towards us. Okay, and that his smile is the most alluring, and by looking at his smile, we are actually stuck in this Maya. Okay, and he puts us in this Maya. Okay, that is his smile. Because he's smiling on us, that is why we are all in this. Okay, the material creation is only his casting of his glance. And modesty meaning being humble. Okay, that kind of thing, that is his upper lip. Okay, and his chin stands for the hankering. And religion meaning the way you are living, the way you live is his vakshasthala, his meaning is his chest. And the meaning dharma, actually, what the duty that you perform, everything is his chest. And whereas the adharma meaning the ones which you should not perform is his back. Now do you understand? Dharma, adharma, everything is God only. Are you understanding?
Mhm.
There is no other thing. There is no other thing at all. Everything is God. If you say, hey, adharma, hey, God will get angry. Dharma, adharma, everything is Virat Rupa only. Okay. Whereas dharma is his chest, whereas the path of adharma is his back. Okay. So he will make those who are in that path to come to this path. Like that. Okay. People go to that path by themselves. It's not his thing. Okay. But he will try to get them. And Brahma is where from which the creation comes. Okay. And the offspring and all that. That's why Brahma is the god of creation, right? He is the one who actually produces, like makes sure people come. So that kind of Rajoguna. And then Mitra and Varuna also help him there. And his waist, okay, Parabrahma's, Virat Rupa's waist is all the oceans. And inside him, there, like when he's taking a form, right, there will be bones, there will be a skeletal system, right? There will be a system of bones in there. That is nothing but mountains. So the entire mountains that you see on the earth and all are nothing but Virat Rupa's skeleton system bones. If you can imagine that, it's not imagination, it's the truth. That's what Shuka is telling us.
Mm.
Yeah, different parts of the creation. Not only earth, I'm telling you. Okay, but the mountains everywhere in the creation, everywhere. It could be in different worlds also. They are not only on the earth. And his veins, all the veins that he has, they are the rivers. And the plants and trees are the hairs of the body. They are all uh, 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 the trees and all that we see on the earth or anywhere in the creation and all. They are all the hair on his body. Okay. Of the universal form. Oh, so, O king. Now, Shuka Maharshi is telling this to Parikshit, right? He's telling the air that we actually feel and all, right? That is his forever, that is their breathing. Whatever he breathes, that is the air that we experience. Okay. And the passing of the ages, the time is his movement. When he moves, that becomes the time. And the constant operation of the modes of the material nature is his activity. And let me tell you that hairs on the head of the Supreme One, on the Parabrahman, on the Virat Swarupa, are the clouds. On his head, whatever the hair is there, that are the clouds. Okay, they become the clouds. And oh, the best of the Kurus and the intelligence of Kuru meaning best of the Kuru meaning Parikshit only he is calling. Okay, Parikshit becomes the Kuru's hair, right? That's why. And that the intelligence of the Parabrahman is the prime cause. Okay, why this entire creation came into existence? Because of his intelligence. Okay, there is a thing, there is a quality called intelligence. And because of that intelligence,
He lost his intelligence, if you remember.
who? Parabrahman will never lose. But Brahma. Yes, Brahma lost his intelligence. Then he will meditate on the Parabrahman in order to get the intelligence. Yes. Yes. What? Ganesha is none other than Parabrahman, man. in that Ganesha Purana, that is how we say. When you are talking about Bhagavatam, you say about Vishnu. If you take the verse, Suklam Bardharam Vishnum Sesivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopasyantaye. When you say that verse, it is actually said for Satyanarayana Swami. Okay. But anyway, that's a different topic to discuss. Okay, Vishnu meaning the one who is covered everywhere, and at the same time, it's Gajanana also, same thing. Now, okay, so why the creation came? I just gave you the answer. I just told you. The main prime cause of material creation is the intelligence of Almighty. Okay, one says his mind, the reservoir of all changes, and then he has a mind, right? Where the thoughts are all going on, that Virat Swarupa. Okay, it keeps on changing, right? Mind keeps on changing, yes or no? Right? We keep
Yeah.
on a lot of things, right? That is nothing but moon. That is nothing but moon. So mind is always controlled by moon. If somebody's mind is not under control, you have to meditate on moon, they say, in order to become stable. Okay, that is, these are all so many things that we are learning. If in one particular area you are having problem, you chant that particular god name who is in that whatever gross thing we told just now, your ailments will be gone. Okay, the great principle constitutes his consciousness. And so one says the Lord Shiva is the cause within. And who is the cause within him? Why? Lord Shiva himself is the cause within him. So the aham of the god himself is none other than the Shiva. Okay, and the horse, the mule, camel, elephant, these are his nails. Okay, these animals, they are his nails. And all other um, animals and quadruped meaning all the animals which has 4 legs, they all represent in the region of his waist. Okay, region where you wear waist belt, the belt and all where you wear, right? All of you wear a belt, right? Sometimes. No, boy, where your waist is, that place is the place for animals. Whereas horse, mule, camel and elephant, they came from his nails. Okay, or from his what do you say, skin, like that. Okay, and that's why some animals are considered sacred, right? Like that's why. The singing of the birds is his artistic sense. He has a kala, the singing of the birds. And then Manu, the father of man. Okay, Manu, say that, Manu, the father of man. Okay, and forms the contents of their thoughts with humanity as his residence. And now there are several angelic beings, only the humans or the devatas. There are several other classes of beings. Vittal, put it away. Say Gandharvas,
Gandharvas,
Vidyadharas,
Vidyatras,
Charanas.
Charanas.
These are all different kinds of beings. In Sundarakanda, while we are reading Ramayana also, we come across this. Okay, these are all like in between devatas. They have a little more power than humans, and they are in the different sects. Okay, we cannot see them, but they are there. They are there. They will come and bless us if we want. There are certain mantras also for them. Okay, and they will bless us sooner also when compared to devatas, and they have different kinds of what do you say, powers. And his musical rhythm, and these are all, they all constitutes the remembrance of terrorizing soldiers. They represent his prowess. Okay, his prowess, out of his the Virat Swarupa's prowess and the musical rhythm and all, the Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, they came. And with the intellectuals for the face, out of his face, intellectuals, scholars and all, they came. And from his arms, the rulers came. That means Brahmans, Kshatriyas, like that. And from the area of thighs, the Vaishyas came. The people who actually do the trading and provide all the stuff for the entire society. And from people who serve a lot, okay, they came from his feet. They are very important, right? They came from his feet. Though the various names of like all the gods and all, he gains in stature with the provision of feasible gods, that by means, like, what do you do? If you need something, you perform sacrifices to appease those gods. Okay, and then that is how you get grace of them. And now, till now, I told you what has been explained so far, his gross form. This entire creation is explained in his form. Are you understanding? Like we talked about Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Patala. Okay, how his knees are what, his thighs are what, and Mahiloka, and then Bhuvan Loka, Tapoloka, Brahma, Satyaloka, all the other forms and all. Okay, and then we talked about what his bones are, what his feelings are, even his mind becomes the creation, and how his thoughts and the air he breathes, his breathing is the air, like that. Okay, so this is the entire creation, guys. Till now, he explained the, what do you say, the Mahapurusha Samsthana. Say that?
Mahapurusha.
Mahapurusha Varnana. Okay, and I explained all these locations in the form of the Bhagavan to you, in the form of the Parabrahman to you, so that anyone who concentrates his mind in the Virat Rupa, if you are concentrating on the Virat Rupa, you can actually think of him like this. I told you, you have to sit, right? You have to sit with Padmasana or a Sukhasana, okay? And you have to keep your back straight. Sukhasana meaning in a comfortable form. comfortable form, but not like lying down form. With your back straight, spinal cord straight, neck straight, okay, this straight, and your vision on this Ajna Chakra. Remember, we talked about this in the last summer classes also. And then you in here in the vision, you have to imagine this form, this Virat Swarupa, all the mountains, everything is Parabrahmam like that. I am pretty sure. I don't know how much you understood. Okay. You have to listen to this again and again, because I had to listen to this several times in order to even to be able to tell you. Okay. I understand, but listening to this itself removes sins. So it's a good thing. And so one can attain goal by intelligence. Here you have to think, right? Here you are using your intelligence. Okay, so you have to use it and you have to listen to it again if you are not understanding. Okay, and he who has a super soul in so many ways can be present in all kinds of forms, right? He can be present in the form of a chair, he can be present in the form of a book, he can be present in the form of you, me, everything in between us and everywhere. So just like a dreamer can see himself in different situations. When you are in a dream, you might be seeing yourself floating in the sky or on the back of a dragon or someplace, whatever you feel like, right? Okay, like that, the one and only supreme truth in the ocean of bliss, like that, you have to super soul also, that Parabrahman also, he can imagine in any way he wants and he can become anything he wants. That he, whatever he imagines will happen immediately. That is the greatness of the Parabrahman. So one who directly one must direct oneself to him and to him alone and nothing else. If one does not want to see oneself degraded by attachments, okay, you have to think of him only. Otherwise, if you don't want to think of him, what happens? You will get attached to the material world, and then what happens? You'll be stuck in this birth and death cycle. And now Sri Shuka is telling, now we are contemplating on the supreme self, felt from which one generated, like Lord Brahma did once, by thus finding the satisfaction and regains the remembrance that was lost. And so with one's vision thus cleared, the intelligence then operates as before. One gets, okay, are you guys understanding, or should I stop here, or should I continue? Tell me.
Yeah.
You want me to stop here?
No. Me too.
Okay.
wanna stop
Hey, no. What I want, let me see. Okay. Okay, I will explain you. Give me 15 more minutes with concentration. Okay, 15 more minutes. Now we are going to talk about Lord in your heart. Till now you talked about the gross form, right? How you have to see. But how do I see in the heart? Okay, we are going to talk about that. Okay, come on. Let us concentrate. Do one thing. I'll give you 2 minutes break. Okay, get some water or something like that. Okay.
I'll be reading. Goodbye.
I'll give you 2 minute break. Get some water or some snack and sit.
హలో అండి ఫణి
Okay, come on, guys. Nalli Rama. Vishnu. Kirtana, Ganapadu? Nana Kirtana. Vachara? Okay. Everybody say. नमो भगवते तुभ्यं वासुदेवाय धीमहि प्रद्युम्नाय निरुद्धाय नमः संकर्षणाय च श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम. Now, so whatever the knowledge that I actually told, that was there. We all knew it before. Okay, we all knew it before. Okay, just what happens is, if you keep on meditating on it, you will know that you actually ajnana, the ignorance and all, it covered us, and we already knew that one. Okay, we are only trying to, by learning this again, hey, we are only trying to take away that ignorant blanket that is covering us. Okay, ignorance blanket which is covering us, we are trying to remove that by actually trying to remember that whatever we learned till now, this is not something new. All our jivas already know this. All our jivas already know this. But somehow we lost because we are thinking that whatever we are seeing with this eye is true. That is the reason why. Okay, one has to be spiritually thinking of these things, always about the Parabrahman. Then, because of many things, our incoherent, because we keep on thinking of so many other things. But to get them back, we have to get them back and go back to where we came from. Okay, like one is dreaming, and with the practical insight, okay, that he otherwise would be engaged in useless, troublesome work, right? If you actually think about an intelligent, attentive person, if he always he will be able to fix his mind on the meditation. He will be able to meditate with perfection. Okay, must therefore only minimally, not by um, we should try to engage ourselves in other activities other than God in a minimalistic way. You have to do, because we are all born as humans, right? We have to take bath, we have to brush our teeth, we have to keep ourselves clean. Okay, all these kind of things. Kirtana, listen to me first. Yes, I know. I am also thinking of the same thing. And do not keep in chat and distract me. No. Okay. What is the need of why do you need a bed if you can happily sleep on ground? You want a comfort, right? Okay, that is why. That is a materialistic pleasure. Okay, and why do you want to keep on? Okay, why do you want a pillow if you can just put your arm as a pillow and sleep, right? That is doing the task. And why should you want utensils to eat with your hand? Like, you can eat with your hand. Why do you need all kinds of utensils? That is again, yeah. And why would you what? No. This is what Shuka told, and I'm just repeating what Shuka told. Don't. He is a great Mahajnani. Listen to him. Okay. And why would you worry about clothing? Okay. Why do you need? Oh, I want this kind of cloth. I want this color. I want this cloth, silk or cotton or this or that. Where there are trees and with their bark. Okay, look at the trees. They just have a bark. Okay. And are there no rags lying in the street? Is there no giving in the charity? When you are actually doing charity, you are giving, right? And to the trees, no, they offer. Okay, if you look at the trees, they give us shade, they give us fruits, they give us so many things. But do we give them anything? No. The rivers give us so many things. Okay, to maintain others. Okay, and then have the rivers dried up, and are the caves closed, which are already there? Like, why do you need shelters if you can go live in caves? Yeah, why do you need all these kind of things? So the Almighty, he has given up on protecting the surrendered soul. This has the Almighty given up on protecting the surrendered soul like that? Why should a learned man then have to speak to the liking of those who are led by wealth? And when one thirsts with the matter of him, the most cherished eternal, and one super soul fully present in one's heart is detached in the world. So one must be worshipping for him. Okay, but you should always try to worship him, not only outside, in inside. Like what he is trying to tell here is, Shuka Maharshi, okay, you can actually try to adjust for little things, but we want some more things, right? Okay, generally that is how it is. Who else but the materialist would, with neglecting the, you always neglect the spiritual thoughts. Like, have you seen, like, if children think of lot of Bhagavan and all, people say, no, 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 no. Why are you going? You are at such an young age. Why do you have to think of Bhagavan? Is that right to say? It is not right to say, right? Because you are not just a kid. You have been taking birth for so long. We are all have been taking birth. We all came into this world at the same time. Even though you are kids now, later you will become adults, later you will have kids, whatever the thing is. But it's only going to continue. If you want to get out of this thing, you have to think of the God. You have to come out of this misery of the reactions of the this kind of labor and all, and see themselves as fallen into the river of suffering. Actually, being born and then dying, all these things are it's like the river of suffering. And others see in the meditation upon him. Now is continuing. Shuka Maharshi is telling, others see in the meditation upon that Parabrahman, if you keep on meditating within your own body. We talked about the gross body till now. Okay. Yes, Kirtana. What is the question?
What happens to you when you attain Parabrahman?
You will be constantly, you will be in, what do you say, great bliss, never ending bliss. It is. That bliss cannot be explained because none of us actually experienced it so far. We were that Parabrahman before. Cosmic bliss or not, like it's something which can only be experienced but cannot be explained. It's the extreme bliss, the highest one that anyone can think of. And if suppose there are certain people like who are alive with the body but still that in bliss, who are constantly doing that. But that will only come if we keep on meditating. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. And now, how can you imagine him in your body? Obviously, we talked about the Sthula Virat Rupa, big Varnana that is given by Sage Shuka. Now we read about that. Now we are going to talk about how you have to imagine. So there is a heart inside you, right? It measures 8 inches. Okay. As you grow, it like 8 inches. Okay. In there, you have to imagine him having 4 arms. Okay. The Parabrahman, you have to imagine him he has 4 arms. He is carrying the lotus. Okay. And he has the Sudarshana Chakra on his right hand and the Shankha, conch shell on his left hand. Okay. And a club on the bottom right hand like that. And with his mouth expressing happiness, he is always giving you a smile. Okay. And his eyes wide open like a lotus. And his clothes are yellowish like a kadamba flower. Very, very yellow silk clothes. And he is all wearing lot of jewels with golden ornaments studded with precious stones. And he wears a glowing crown, very, very big crown. And he has kundalas, earrings like this, kundalas, you call them. And his feet are positioned on the pearl of the lotus hearts of the great mystics. Like, what do you say? In the yogis, Hridaya. Hridaya meaning the heart. In your heart, in the yogi, the person who is meditating. Okay, in them, in their, the heart is like a lotus. Okay, imaginary lotus. Okay. I am not saying a heart will be in the shape of lotus. No, that's a different thing. Physical heart will be different. And in there will be a chakra which is called Anahata chakra. There you have to imagine Parabrahman like this with 4 arms. Okay, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Okay, it's like Shantakaram Bhujagasenam Padmanabham Suresham. And on his chest, there is a beautifully engraved jewel called Kaustubhamani. Say that? Kaustubhamani.
Talk through grammar.
And around his neck, there is a fresh flower garland, which is known as Vanamala. He is wearing Vanamala Dhari. Okay, some of you might be who are learning music, we will be listening to the word Vanamala a lot. Okay, like that. He'll be wearing a garland, flower garland like that. And then with a decorative wrap, he has around his waist also, he wears a very, very silk, very beautiful decorative thing. And he will be on his fingers, there will be a lot of rings. Okay, and his on his legs also they will be gold, and he will be wearing bangles, like bangle meaning for kadiyas and all you told for the male form, and he will be in a with what do you say, without any spots, and he will be like Neela Megha Shyama, dark gray colored cloud which is shining with a lot of rain in it, right? Like that. And he has a curly hair and his beautiful smiling face. He looks very pleasing. Okay, with his smile on his face and his magnanimous pastimes and his glowing glances of his expression are indicative of the extensive benedictions of this particular time, and he will be always giving us stuff. Okay, as long as the mind can be fixed on this kind of form for the purpose of one's meditation, you have to meditate on that kind of form. He is telling, Shuka Maharshi is telling us. Okay, and then upon the limbs of one should meditate upon the limbs one by one. Okay, one by one. First you have to try to look at your feet, try to look at his feet, Parabrahmam's feet. Imagine that he has feet. Close your eyes and imagine. Okay, you are looking at his feet, and then slowly come up. You are looking at his knees, thighs, and then his yellow color garments and all, and his waist belt. He has so many garments. Okay, and then so many decorative clothes, so many ornaments and all he is wearing. And then look at his Neela Megha Shyama, dark gray colored body. And then slowly come to his chest. There is a money, Kaustubha money there. And there is a mark also known as a Srivatsa mark there. He has a birthmark known as Srivatsa. And then the Lakshmi Devi is on his heart. And then slowly look at his face, his smile. Okay, he's smiling at you. And slowly some teeth are showing like that, and he's gracing you like this with like this. So he has a Padma in his hand, and in his this hand chakra and shankha and gada. Okay, chakra, shankha, gada. And then if you keep on meditating in this form, as long as the materialist has not developed devotional service to this form, the Lord, who is the seer of the, he sees every world, everything, right? Because he is the one. He is the one who created them, meaning all those things are within him, only a part of him, and he is not them, like that. Okay, with proper attention. And you have to remember this universal form of the original person. Okay, this is the Virat Rupa that we have to meditate in our heart. Are you understanding this part? We talked about the Stula and then the Sukshma in our heart, in the heart of our 8 inches, how we have to imagine. And then whenever one desires to give up the body, okay, now he is telling Parikshit Maharaj, okay, oh Parikshit, oh Raja, okay, one should, as a sage, if one is ready, like, remember how King Katwanga left his body, right? Now he is telling him, as a sage, without being disturbed, he should comfortably sit. And this is a Dhyana Yoga, guys. Dhyana Yoga means how to meditate. Okay, with one's thinking, you should not be unperturbed. That means you should not be at all agitated with matters of time and place, where I am. Oh my God, I'm in this kind of place. No, don't think like that. Wherever you are, your mind, where is your mind matters. So in control of the life air. So in your head, where is your head? Your head is with the God or not? That's what matters. Okay, and regulate your breath, regulate the mind by the powers of your buddhi, your intelligence. Use that. Okay, and then become one with the God. And that one should be, that self should be confined and fully satisfied for Brahman, like that. You should be satisfied with what you have, what everything. You should be satisfied. That's it. And thus you can if you were satisfied, the satisfaction is the key, guys. Okay, you don't have to think like, if you feel like there is a desire still there in the heart, one cannot attain mukti. There should be no desire at all in the heart. Should be satisfied super soul, like that. Then only you can put end to all the activities, and then one can attain full bliss. And therein one will not find the supremacy of time, and that sure controls the godly who direct the worldly creatures among the with their gods. Nor nor will one find there. And then, like this, the sattva, rajas, tamas, all the materialistic changes, all the gunas within you, everything, all the nature at large, you just leave everything. And knowing that, you concentrate on the nirguna. Remember? Leave all the gunas and concentrate on the nirguna.
So a guna then?
Nirguna is a guna, yeah, but that guna is the Parabrahma guna. Yes, you are right.
So a guna though.
Yes, knowing that what not relates to the divine, you have to know this does not relate to God, leave it. Okay, This does not relate to God, leave it. Oh, I am going through this kind of tension, not related to God, leave it. Okay, like that. And place there too, and in purely in Him, at familiar and goodwill at the moment. And then you focus on His worshipable lotus feet in their heart, in your heart. Okay, the sage familiar with this science, with this kind of science, okay, he will immediately retire this following way. He must block his, what do you say? There are 9 holes in this body. We all know that, right? Okay. Being first, you have to close the bottom holes. Okay. Bottom 2 holes, close them. Okay. And then with your heel, you have to put your, with your heel, you have to close that bottom holes. Okay. And then direct the life upward through the 6 primary navels, like Muladhara Chakra. I told you the seating area, and then Swadhisthana Chakra, a small chakra which is above that, which is above the, which is behind your navel. Yes, behind the spinal cord. Excellent. And in the navel, there is Manipura Chakra, and there you have to get it. And from there, you have to get it to Vishuddhi Chakra, near your Kantham. Okay, this is the, here, Kantha Chakra, on my neck one. And then you have to take it to the life breath, to take it to the Ajna Chakra, through the throat, eyebrows. And then you have to let it be there for half hour or something like that. And then to the top of skull. Okay, this is the Sahasrara Chakra. I told you several times, keep your things like this. Okay, are you seeing me? And if you put your fingers here, this is the Brahmarantram. This is where Sahasrara Chakra. If you slowly meditate, sometimes you will feel some kind of movement over there, guys. Some kind of movement means that does not move, but there is some kind of Shakti moving from vibrations. Thank you so much. Some kind of vibration there you will feel. If you sit down and concentrate, you will feel it. Okay. Okay, so you can try that. So like that, from there till from the bottom, you have to get your life air up like that, and then from there you have to overcome that. Okay, so the meditator should, with the strength of his vision. So how can you do this? You have to have strength of his vision of wisdom and gradually direct the life breath like that. Okay, from his heart and from there to the chest, where he could bring slowly into his throat and thus extinguish. By the time it comes to the throat, you have to extinguish all the materialistic desires. And then the seer who is of detachment, in order to attain the supreme, you block the 7 outlets here. I told you there are 9 chakras, right? Nine holes. 2 holes in the bottom, we already tried to close it with our heel of one left foot. You have to try to close it, right? And then your ears, your eyes, your mouth, your nostrils. Okay, all of them make the different, all the other 7 outlets. Okay. Okay, and now once you close them, what happens, from the between the eyebrows here and here, about here, when the thing is here, you have to be there for a while, for half hour. Okay,
For the sake
and
of
then
the ever fresh
and then from here you have to let the this go. This will only come with practice. It will not come just like that. Okay, we have to keep on practicing every day.
If one, however,
Okay, if one sure. Okay, if anybody has a desire, like you want to go attain different kinds of siddhis and all, when you are actually crossing these things, one will get different kinds of powers. Let go of the earthly tethers and all. Have you seen Avatar, Legend of Korra, or something sort of things? There are 8 siddhis like Anima, Laghima, Garima, this kind of siddhis, Ashtasiddhi, Ishitvam, Vasitvam. No, these are all Ashtasiddhis. Okay, these are Ashtasiddhis. Okay, and one can attain these siddhis as they are getting. Okay, Guru Pathak, yes. So one inevitably has to count with the mind and the senses thereby. So as you are getting your things here, you will attain siddhis. Sometimes what happens, one can see what is happening in the present, future, who are you and all, you will know. And sometimes you will be able to fly in the sky. Okay, if you are able to do all of this.
Let go of your earthly tethers, empty and become void.
Yeah. So all these things can happen, but you should consider them as nothing. You should consider these siddhis, whatever the things that we are attaining, as nothing, and you have to absorb yourself in the Parabrahman in order to attain Parabrahman. Then you can attain. But what happens is, many people they display, okay, and they try to in order to get that. Some people take time. Some people like, I don't know, I never attend, so I am no one to tell. Anyways, are you understanding the concept? Are you guys understanding the concept?
Really stubbing my toe.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So this is what, so because Parikshit asked, King Parikshit asked, how do I meditate? How can I do this? How can I let go? How can I do all of this? Then he explained this. Okay, you meditate. You can assume this kind of form. The Virat Rupa will be like this, and in your heart you can meditate like this. And while doing this, you get mastery of it and let go of your attachments. As you come across one chakra, as the life air comes across the one chakra, you will be able to, like, if you let go of the fear, the Mooladhara chakra will be you will be under the control of it. Okay, if you let go of something, the attachment, something, if you let go of something like that, all these things, as you come to the throat, you will let go of the attachments, guys. Okay, if you want a better way of looking at it, there is a series called Avatar. Okay, the legend of Avatar, that explains.
Being by Mike Tyson.
Okay. Shh. Okay. So, in the control of the Vaishwanara, you know, there is a sacred Agni within us. Okay, this is known as Vaishwanara. Okay, when you are putting, and that sacred Agni, one attains by following the path of, there are two nadis, Sushumna, okay, Ida Pingala Nadi, and then Sushumna. These are all yogic terms. Yogic meaning, yoga is one of the way in order to attain mukti. Not one of the way also. It is one part of the way, you can say. Okay. It is also required, even if it's not that, it's fine, but it's also one way some people attain mukti. But if you have the knowledge, that is a better way. That is the, what do you say? That is the right way, like that. Okay. Anyway, we talked about it a lot. I think this is a lot of information. Should we stop here? We will stop here for today.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
it's about 1 hour and 30 minutes.
okay, tomorrow we will
Even more.
we will do more. Tomorrow we will have the class at is 2 o'clock okay for everybody?
I'll ask my mom.
Huh?
When?
Tomorrow at 2 o'clock is okay for everybody?
Okay. We'll end tomorrow because I go to class at 4 tomorrow. 4 o'clock.
You have a class at what time, Ma?
4 tomorrow. So when will it end?
We will end by 4. Do you have to go up someplace for the class or?
No, it's online.
It's online only. Okay, before 4 we will end. Okay?
What's 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. Before we leave, we have to say Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Sri Krishna
Sri
Saranam
Krishna
Mama.
Sharanam Mama. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Sri Krishna
Sri Krishna Saranam Mama.
Sri Krishna
Okay.
Saranam.
If we seek refuge in him, he will only make us understand.